Hello everybody, welcome to Short Shot Archery. Anthony here, and in this video I'm going to talk about my experience at the 2019 SoCal Showdown. So to start off, I'm going to be talking about some pros and cons I wrote about this tournament. Plus, I'm going to be opening up the welcome bag that you get for entering this tournament, because I feel like the two are a nice combo together. First off, major pro of this tournament, the t-shirts this year. Yeah, super soft, nice simple design, does the job, but super nice t-shirts. I really like the brand they went with, and this is probably the nicest shirt I have ever received for free for signing up for a tournament. So I guess the fee's kind of built in for the shirt. But anyway, this is definitely the nicest feeling shirt that I've received from a tournament, and it's probably the nicest shirt just in general, even with the ones I purchased from tournaments in the past. It's just nice and soft, and wears really well, comfortable to shoot in, which is good. Some of the other ones in the past have been made out of pretty cheap cotton. This is actually some kind of, it's a blend. I think it's like 80 or 90% cotton, 10 or 20% polyester. Anyway, after the shirt, let's get into this entrance bag, or little, welcome bag. We'll start off with a Wii or Win and Win scorebook. Pretty cool. It's always a handy way to keep track of your scores. Let's see what it looks like inside. Oh yeah, all right. So just tons of targets and little notes you can make next to them to keep track of how you're shooting. So that's actually a really handy, gift bag item. Usually they're a little less useful, in my opinion. There's only so many little trinkets that you can take, especially if you go to all the USAT events. I can understand if this is the only one you go to, then it's great, whatever you get. But since I go to all of them plus nationals, you get a lot of repeats, and then I'm like, what do I do with 10 wristbands at the end of the year or something like that? Now, back onto the pros of this tournament. Dedicated blank bail. Now, this has been there in years past. There has been dedicated blank bail. I think the directions for the blank bail were much better explained. Yes, it's blank bail, but at one point in years past, people were actually shooting basically 18 meters at it, and it was a mess. So this had plenty of signage. It had an official line: stand here to blank bail. Don't be further back. Don't be further forward. This is your line you blank bail from. Here are your blank bails. Nicely laid out. I don't even think they had to have somebody watch it. Like, it was autonomous, basically. Like, the directions were written well enough, and everything was laid out so well that they didn't even have somebody like sitting there watching it the entire time, at least from my knowledge. So major plus there, very good. And now let's continue more into this bag. You see, here's what I was talking about. I got like 40 of these things. It's excessive. It's a waste of rubber. What else? Ooh, there might be some other interesting things in here. But see, look, Lancaster, same thing. See, this is why I have 40 of these things. It's cool, and then it's like, what do I do with them? On to some more pros, though, from this tournament. Yes, I already talked about the nice t-shirt. Awesome. Keep it up. No, really. So next up, parking directions. They were great. They had two guys that were basically dedicated to making sure the parking lot got filled up correctly, and when the lot got full, they directed you to the overflow lot. Really great setup. I don't know if they're probably not professional parkers, but anyway, it went well. It was pretty logical. There was plenty of space between my car and the car in front of me for me to back out or just pull out. And, they left plenty of space just in case there needed to be an ambulance or anything, large, coming down to pick somebody up. All that was thought of. There was even an area for like handicap parking and stuff. I think it was very well done from my experience. And I think that was a nice addition. They may have had it last year, but I don't think it was all the days. These guys seem to be here every single day, and it was really effective. Continuing on with our gift bag. Oh, all right. Pens are handy. We got a win-win pen here. And it looks like it twists, and the pen part comes out. They didn't go with a crazy, they had a crazy squiggly design with a little, like eraser or something on the end last year. So this is definitely a change up. I know it's a pen, but hey, pens are handy. You're always going through them at tournaments. They run out of ink. Somebody else needs one. You lend it to them, and then they forget to give it back to you. So it's nice to have more pens. Other than that, youth team trials worked in, I think, really nicely with this tournament, with it running before and then it finishing up after. And those archers got to shoot, all of SoCal if they chose to. Plus, they got to do their youth world championship trials, and I think that was a good idea. Of course, I'm not a youth, so I didn't actually get to experience them firsthand, but I did watch some of the initial qualification. I did not stay after SoCal Showdown for the round robin matches and stuff to see who actually won. I watched it online, but that was good. But it seemed like it ran well. And I liked how they had it set up so that way people weren't completely wasting their time. They weren't going out to California, one weekend for the youth championships and then having to fly back again the weekend after for SoCal. I like how the two were together, made it nice and easy. And it was a great way, if you were like a cadet or something, to get in your required tournaments for making the cadet team. With that, we're going to see what else is in here. Lancaster stickers, because I don't have enough already. I got so many of these things. Win-win stickers. I also have so many of those. And there's not really too much else in here. We'll just wrap this up. SKB sticker. I actually don't have that many of them. They were actually giving away like a USA Archery branded SKB case, which was kind of neat. Other than that, we have the SoCal Showdown event program, and really nicely laid out directions for all that, and the sponsors for the tournament and such. Very good. Next up on the pros was check-in at unofficial practice. This is great. I think all the tournaments should do it. I think there was still some that didn't. I don't think they did it at Gator Cup. I could be wrong. It hasn't been that long, but I know they did it at Arizona Cup. It's just nice being able to check in a little bit earlier than everybody else. If I'm there a day before the shoot and I'm shooting unofficial practice the day before official practice, why can't I check in? I don't know. It makes it easier for everybody else. The lines are going to be shorter the more people you get out of the way early on. So I think it's a good way to kind of stem the flood of people that will be there on official practice day trying to register and everything. So I think it was smart taking people to check in on unofficial practice day. Now, for the cons of the tournament, there wasn't much, but two major things. One was bathrooms. Two is the sun that needs to go away. All right, the sun is gone. And so, one, bathrooms. There needs to be more porta potties. There were some serious lines. Nothing that I experienced, but just from other archers. They're like, there's a shortage here, people. A major shortage. I think they had, quick counting, 7 maybe in total for an entire field. We had several hundred archers, not counting spectators, family, support staff, coaches. There's coaches there too. There's definitely a good number of coaches. I don't know how many in total, but we got to be getting close to 100 between cadet, junior, and senior divisions. There's a ton of coaches. Premier seating too. People paying for seats to sit under a canopy. You think there'd be sufficient bathrooms for them as well, especially since they're using the same ones as the archers who are also paying. So I know porta potties are probably expensive, but really, like, it gets a little gross. The next up on the cons, this is a continuation from the other tournaments. I get what you're trying to do with scheduled practice. I understand the scheduled practice. It probably makes things easier, but it's a pain. It's a pain in the butt. It's I should just be able to practice whenever I want in some time range you give me. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. Also, of course, for me, being able to practice when I want, I normally would shoot early and I would shoot later towards the end, like do both times, and I would take the middle off from shooting just so that I could film other archers and be able to share what's going on at these events with other people. So from my perspective, it's not helpful because I don't get to create as many archery videos and just share archery related content to everybody else that isn't at this event. And then because I got to structure, I got to take care of my own shooting too, because I'm still shooting well. I'm still competing. It gives me a good sense of what's going on at these tournaments. It gives me a good sense on what I want to look for when I'm filming, like Jack or Brady or whoever. It could be Casey shooting. Like, I know what to look for because I myself I am an active shooter. So it would be nice if they opened up practice again. You can show up whenever whatever time pleases you, between this hour and this hour, and that would just make it easier. It's a little about me, but that's still the consensus overall. It isn't a there isn't anybody that's exactly thrilled with it, because you still end up getting people that stay all day. There's a lot of couples that go, husband, wife, great, husband shoots in the morning, then they have to sit there the rest of the day because the wife has to shoot, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter. It's just that you're tying people to official practice for the entire day, where they could just be there for a segment of it. I don't know. Maybe that's the plan. I'm just out of the loop on the secret plan. Then again, I am just I'm on the outside looking in, sort of, but also part of it. Well, not part of that. I'm doing my own thing, but I'm just trying to share this information with everybody. That did get into a bit of a ramble. Hopefully, you still enjoyed this video. I'm just trying to share my experience at this event. But overall, excellent event. Definitely recommend going if you're looking to go in 2020 or in the future. I'll do my best to be there. I really look forward to seeing you at the next tournament. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and as always, happy shooting.